This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. This is lesson 16 in this series that is all about jazz guitar. As you know, I love jazz guitar and I am thrilled to bring this course to you. In this lesson, we're going to work on two different forms for the minor seventh arpeggios. So we've done a lot of things so far. We've worked on some shell voicings. We've even worked on some blues tunes. We've worked on improvising using the major sixth arpeggios for the major sixth chords, the dominant seventh arpeggios for the dominant seventh chords, and we've learned a couple more things that we can throw in. Now, to keep progressing so we can learn more tunes, we need to learn how to improvise using the minor seventh arpeggio for the minor seventh chords. So we're just going to go following the same pattern that we used for those major sixth chords and the dominant seventh chords. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. We've got this form for the sixth string, meaning the low root. The lowest root is on the sixth string, and then we have one for the fifth string. Now, these ones, just like the ones that we used for the major chord and the dominant seventh chord, we can see the bar chord shapes right in them, and that might be one way to help you remember it. So if you take off this fourth fret, you can see the E minor shape becomes a bar chord. So it's like right there. So that's one way to visualize these. And then with this one, it would be the A minor shape turned into a bar chord, taking off this fourth fret as well. That's one way to sort of think of these. Another thing about these is that they're the same. All these notes are in the minor pentatonic scale. If you're familiar with the minor pentatonic scale, only one note is missing, and that's the fourth. Because our minor seventh arpeggio has the root, it has the minor third or flatted third, has the fifth, and then it has a flatted seventh. All of those notes are part of a minor pentatonic scale, but we also have the fourth. Now, we're working kind of the early era and setting this foundation. The fourth or the 11th is a really great sound. We're going to bring it in later. We really want to get inside the core of the minor seventh chord, which has the root, flatted third, fifth, and flatted seventh. So let's work on this first one here, this low sixth string. I'm going to put my index finger at the 8th fret of the sixth string, and I'm just going to work my index there, middle's going to be in the 9th, ring's in the 10th, and pinky is in the 11th. And that's how I'm going to play through it. And I've got index, pinky, and then ring, index, ring, index, index, pinky, index, pinky, index, pinky, index, index, ring, index, ring, pinky, index. That's how I'm fingering that. Want to go through that and kind of get familiar with that shape, get it down in your fingers so you can play it, and then we want to take it through the keys chromatically along the sixth string like we always do. And I'm going to do that here with you. I'm going to put my index finger down on the G, which is at that 3rd fret of the sixth string, and I'm going to play right through these arpeggios, and we'll just move up chromatically along the neck, one position at a time. So we go ret, T, and we got the G. To G sharp or A flat. I'm going to speed it up a little bit more with A. A sharp or B flat. B, and C, C sharp or D flat, up to D. could keep going, but I'm just going to stop there. You could play every position. Those are the positions that we tend to play in and then we end up using. So for the most part, especially with what we're working on now, sometimes we do go high on the neck, sometimes we go lower, but those are like the typical positions, the most typical that we end up playing in most of the time. So let's look at this, the form then that comes off that fifth string or that root on the fifth string. If I do that in C, put my index finger at the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and the bottom part of it, meaning that lower octave, is the same as this one. But when we get to that higher octave, we can't go all the way up to the root there, we'd have to go higher, but we can go up to that flatted 7th. I see with this part, if I'm not thinking maybe the A minor bar chord shape, let's become C minor, is that we had that dominant 7th, now I just have to make it minor. That's a way that I do think through these a little bit, if that helps you. So I'm going to go index, pinky, ring, index, ring, middle, index, pinky. As I go through this. As I have explained in at least one other lesson, whatever we do on that top string with the form that has the root on the 5th string, we can do on that low 6th string, but we don't improvise on that string very often, so I've sort of left it off. But we could come down and do that same 6th fret, 3rd fret, 6th fret, and come back to the root if you wanted to. Now, once you get comfortable, we want to take it through the keys chromatically as well. So you play through this as many times as you need to, get kind of comfortable. I'm going to go ahead right here in the lesson and take us through chromatically. So we go ready and with C. We're going to go up to C sharp or D flat. We're going to go up to D. Sharp or E flat. Up to E. Up to F. F sharp or G flat. Up to G. And I'm going to stop there for the same reason that I stopped at that 10th fret with the other one. Now, once we get these down, it's really great to move around the circle of force like we've done with the other ones. And I've got it up here as a reminder: C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, C. So we've got that C at the 8th fret, then we'll go to F, down 2 frets for B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and then up to that 9th fret for G flat, then B, E, A, D, G, and C. So we'll play through the one with the root on the 6th string, in this case C, and then the one with the 5th string there, in this case F, and we'll just go back and forth, nice and easy. So we go ready, and we start with C. Then we go up to F. B flat, then we go to E flat, we got A flat, D flat, up to G flat. We're going to go down to B. And E. And to A. And D. And G. And C. So once we get those down, once you get that down, and that can be a big step, so don't overstress it if you're still there. But really, as we start working towards improvising with these shapes, we need to gain a little bit more fluidity inside. You can work from the top and play it from the highest note down to the bottom and back to the top again. That can kind of help. But really, because we're going to be improvising mostly on the top 4 strings, I think it's good to start playing just with those top 4 strings. So with this shape, we can start on the root. 2 frets higher, 2 strings higher, we get to that higher root. And you can just play through on those top 4 strings. And then for the next shape, we can start on that root that's on the 3rd string. And come down to the one note that we have on the 4th string and then go back up. So that's a really great thing to do, taking that around the circle of 4s. Let's do that together. So go Ret, T, and starting with C. Then F. Then we go to B flat. Then E flat, then A flat, then D flat, we go up to G flat, we got B, then E, then A, then D, then G, then C, so you can start there. Once you get used to starting there, it's good to start getting used to starting on other places within the arpeggio. So one thing you can do is just sort of improvise. So I'm back in C. We can just sort of improvise starting off the root. Just play around. Just play around with some ideas, then say, okay, I've gotten used to that. How about if I start off the 3rd and you start off the 3rd or another spot within the arpeggio? Just start trying to be melodic with the arpeggio. Now, it can work, and is even a good thing, to go around the circle of 4s playing the arpeggio starting on the different places, so you get used to starting. So I started on the 3rd with that C minor. I'd have to get used to starting with that 3rd on the F minor. So I can leave it to just playing arpeggios. Only I'm going to start on the 3rd instead now, so then they get used to starting on the third. And then go around the circle 4 starting on the third again for the next one. And then I start on the third. And you go around, you work around starting on the third, and then you can work on the fifth and the other ones. Just finding those different notes, find ways to sort of help yourself get inside of the arpeggio shape will really help you when we start improvising, which is what we're going to do in the next lesson. So in the next lesson, we're going to take these shapes and we're going to improvise with them with the backing track, start getting kind of comfortable doing that. So it's going to be great. Hope you're having fun. Get these arpeggio shapes down. These jazz lessons are coming out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I love this jazz guitar. We got Technique Tuesdays and Theory Thursdays and other lessons on Saturdays. So lots of different things coming out and hundreds of lessons already on the channel. So lots of help. Take care, keep at it, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.